I started Girl Scouts because it's like in nature, you learn how to survive in nature. And they actually, after a few weeks, asked me to leave because I was trying to make like all the birdhouses with more windows and more doors. And you have to like do it a certain way to make sure you survive.
Oh my goodness.
And they asked me to leave, but they suggested I should start theater. So it actually was a really good thing I was thrown out.
Ni två är ju det bästa som har hänt mig.
Bäst som har skjedd deg? Skulle vært der litt mer, da?
Här i familjen är alla arga på pappa. Ni två blir ju så bra. Något måste jag ha gjort rätt, va?
Hvordan vet du det? Du kjenner oss jo ikke sånn egentlig, da.
Slutt å overdrive, da.
Overdriver?
Ja.
Jag vet att det har varit svårt för dig. Jag känner igen mig i det. Men du är så jävla arg. Det är inte så lätt att älska någon som har så mycket ilska i sig. Va? Du vill inte vara ensam för alltid.
Welcome to the actor's side. Today, well, she's been making a mark for herself over the last few years in a lot of films. In fact, she seems to be in every single movie Norway enters for the Oscars, for the international film, I've noticed. And many more, including this year's official entry for the Oscars, Sentimental Value. This is Renate Reinsve. Hi.
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
We were just talking about the Telluride Film Festival before we started here and how fun that is. And it sort of launches the season, as they say, although you launched your season at the Cannes Film Festival with Sentimental Value.
That has been my favorite festival. But now, up until now, it's a tie.
This is...
Telluride was really great.
Yeah.
Everyone was in their own clothes. It was very relaxed. You actually got to see movies.
Right.
Because I never get to see the other movies in the festivals.
And it's cool. No paparazzi, no red carpets, none of that.
Fantastic.
You know, I find people that go there with a film then just want to come back year after year when they don't even have to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Everyone was saying this is amazing. And the scenery was great. And the people running the festival was great.
Yeah.
It was, we even did some archery. Like we did all sorts of stuff.
Well, this is in the mountains there. You can do a whole bunch of stuff.
I got the altitude thing. Did you get it? I had to get like oxygen and stuff.
Oh, no. You know, I've been so lucky in all the years I've been going there not to get the altitude sickness and things.
How many times have you been there?
Probably about 20. Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's
a lot.
I love Telluride, but and this was the first festival in North America, I believe, that Sentimental Value played.
Yeah.
You know? And how did you see the reaction there to the film?
Well, it was really great. We're always a little bit nervous, like just both in Cannes and then taking it to Telluride. But I really feel it was a great atmosphere. And we weren't sitting through, but like after and what people said to us after, and we just got so much love and warmth after. People really, even though they don't have maybe the exact same story, they relate to the theme of coming from somewhere, a family, and all the complexities from that, and how difficult it is to communicate the big things, the important things within a family and with someone you even like are pretty much alike. Like my character and Stellan Skarsgård's character, the father, Nora's father, is very similar, and they mirror each other throughout the movie, but they do not know how to communicate. And it's like a very detailed portray of that relationship throughout the movie. And I really feel people can connect to that aspect of the movie.
It's so true. I remember talking to you in Telluride and just like a light bulb going off in my head when I'm talking to you about how there's so many movies right now that are being made by artists about people now using their art to communicate on a personal level, which is what happens here. Your father, you're estranged from him. He hasn't been around. Stellan Skarsgård is terrific in this film. He's a director, sort of a little bit on the other side of his career, but he has a script and he wants his daughter
Yeah.
he doesn't really talk to play this role that he's written for her, and she wants nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And so it's that level of he's trying to communicate through this.
Yeah, and she doesn't know, she hasn't read the script, so she doesn't know what he has actually seen in her, and that he doesn't know how to express what he sees, and because he's been so much away, and also like it's the only way he knows how to say anything through his art. And I think yeah, I can definitely recognize like the drive that I've had my whole career. Like I started in the theater from actually when I was 9 years old.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah. And like my drive has always been to look for something that I couldn't understand outside the stage. So that was kind of a sacred place where I could really search for anything and and also like I did a lot of humor, and now I've done a lot of like really heavy dramatic roles
Yeah.
the last few years in movies, but I did a lot of humor and to kind of disarm what I was going through on stage with either like big dramatic roles or like something more comedic. But it's been like very I've found something in there, or it has found something in me that's been brought out, and it's been a very like I've done it so many years. I don't know like what's real or not anymore.
But you've done it in your native language mostly.
Oh yeah.
Then you
Yeah.
did though. You're saying you didn't do comedy. I saw A Different Man, which was your first English language
Yeah.
picture. That
Yeah.
was just last year, with Sebastian Stan and Adam Pearson.
Mm-hmm.
And it's bizarre,
Yeah.
but
I love bizarre.
yeah. But your characters, first of all, very complex, but very funny.
Yeah, she is very funny. She does it from a good heart, but she makes a lot of bad choices from like her what's the word? Like her she has a very big ambition of making something of herself, and she uses the story of someone else in a very fragile situation. Yeah.
Playwright.
And a director.
And a
Yeah.
director.
And she kind of flips her values in the search of something great, using someone else's story. So,
Yeah.
and that is quite funny, especially that she doesn't see it happening. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
You know, she's kind of like, whoa, you know.
Yeah. But I remember being very nervous. It was my first English talk.
But you had never done one before.
No.
So.
And humor is actually the last thing you learn in a language.
Oh.
When you learn a new language. But of course we speak English a lot, and we don't dub anything in Norway in movies, so you kind of get it. It kind of sears through, but it still was a very scary. But Adam was very helpful and very supportive. No, Adam Pearson. Yeah.
Okay. And that was he's great. And it's about, I don't know the name of the disease. It's a long word.
It's a long name. It's
like,
yeah, I don't want to try to.
People know it
Yeah.
as Elephant Man disease
Yeah.
kind of here. That, you know, it's a totally disforming face and all of that.
Yeah.
And Adam Pearson is in fact has that.
Yeah.
And he's such a wonderful actor. It's just so great to see him get a role like that too.
So sassy in that role. I love that. It's very like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very funny and very like I really admire him. He's so strong, and he's so like he just turns everything into something light. Like his life, the way he lives, what he lives with, he just really enjoys what he has in life. And really he has a lot of these talks where he talks about it to that community, and he's just very smart, very funny, very sassy. Yeah.
Now, you've been acting since you were 9. You came from a very small place off the beaten track in Norway.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was that your way of escaping from there, or, you know?
I actually just remembered because I started Girl Scouts, because it's like in nature, you learn how to survive in nature. And they actually, after a few weeks, asked me to leave because they were like, you don't fit in here. Because I was trying to make like all the birdhouses with more windows and more doors, and you have to like do it a certain way to make sure you survive.
Oh my goodness.
And they asked me to leave, but they suggested I should start theater. So it's actually was a really good thing I was thrown out.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And you just naturally gravitated to that.
Yeah, and I've also tried other jobs, but I have been asked to leave a lot of places. And it's turned out to be a good thing because I'm in the right place.
Why are they asking you to leave?
Well, I think it's like I am one of those people where you have to be very interested and love what you do to like keep it up and like sustain it. And then different places that I've worked, I think I didn't have the skills.
Yeah.
In a way, like structure and like forms and stuff. I don't, it's not my thing.
I actually heard on this little subject that you were about to quit acting on the eve of starting your international breakthrough movie, The Worst Person in the World. Just before
Yeah.
you're going to do that, you decided, I'm going to chuck it all. I'm done.
Actually, yeah, because in Norway at the time, the money didn't go to those kind of projects that I wanted to do in movies. They went to a lot of commercial things that I respect that, of course, but it wasn't the way I wanted to go. And then I've worked in the theater for so long, so I wanted to have a break or quit and do something else. I would probably be asked to leave the next thing that I but I had
I'm
this
not going to
like
ask you to leave this interview, I can tell you right now.
thank you. Well, when it comes to like this kind of things, I'm never asked to leave, so I'm very happy. But no, I had like a big like, okay, I'm just letting go, a big kind of release of that. And then the next day, Joachim called me, and then he had kind of through that summer, I think, looked at other stuff I'd done. He had seen me in the theater, and he worked with Isabelle Huppert, and she had seen me in a theater play, and she was like, "Who's that girl?" and told him. So I think it was like all coming together, and I didn't know anything about that he had started writing something and thinking about that. So I was kind of just okay, this is it. And then when he called, that was of course exactly what I wanted to do. And but I just didn't think it was any chance of getting there.
You were going to be a carpenter, I read.
Yeah, but I would probably, well, I have tried to build something and it wasn't good.
So why would you want to be a carpenter?
Well, I really love like it is kind of a creative line of work, and but you have to be very specific and you have to be patient, and it's something, I'm very messy, so I did try to make something together with a friend, but it's a long story. It didn't work out. I would have to practice. Maybe in a few years I could have built something.
You know who started as a carpenter, was doing it while he was trying to get into acting and going on auditions and things, was Harrison Ford.
Oh, really?
He's the most famous actor that ever was a carpenter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
And he actually still does it. I mean, if you call him up and want him to do something at your house, he might do it.
Or like actually he can teach me something.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
You have an odd connection with him already because he was the star of the movie Presumed Innocent.
Right.
And
Right.
you
Yeah.
were in this is last year as well. You were working a lot lately, but you were in the Apple limited series with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Of Presumed Innocent too.
Yeah. So that's a link. Yeah.
That's a link
Yeah.
right there if you need the carpentry advice, things go south, which I don't think it will. By the way, Presumed Innocent, you basically, you're playing a prosecutor working and having an affair with Rusty, who's Jake Gyllenhaal's character, and he is accused of murdering you.
Yeah.
You are done away with in
Yeah.
this, and it's quite a physical, interesting role to watch you do it.
It's very physical.
Yeah.
It was for me, it was really interesting also to go to a studio in Hollywood to work, because from afar I have my kind of ideas of what that is, and it's just a totally different way of working. Like the structure of who has the power is divided on more people. It's because in European film you have the auteur who makes all the decision, but it's just a really different structure. So I was a bit confused in how it's structured, and I could like sense how different the outcome would be from how the production is built. It was very interesting. Yeah,
And
very
what studio did you shoot that at?
Warner Brothers.
Warner Bros.
Yeah, yeah, huge. And it was, I think, the last production before they ripped it down to build a new kind of version of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. It was like, I don't know when they built it, but it was really like something, because I grew up in the theater. I just watched that kind of world from afar and never even thought that I would like go somewhere like that. But being there and seeing all those houses that they built and used for so many different projects, it was really magical to be
Oh,
there.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
I know they got rid of their Western Street now, which is a shame.
I got to see it before that.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was so cool. Really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an obviously iconic studio, which is currently for sale, they say. I hope they don't. But, you know, that's Hollywood. It's ever changing. So you're right here on the cusp of a new Hollywood, certainly a new way of industry.
Yeah, but it's good with some changes, and it's good with some like things that stay. And I think Hollywood has been so what's that word? Yeah, I think Hollywood has been so progressive.
Yeah.
And has really been in front of a lot of themes and a lot of like changes, and everyone has looked towards Hollywood to see what's new, what's up, what are we talking about.
Yeah.
And it has united so many people from all over the world watching the movies and what's going on. So it's been such a magical place, and now there are some changes. We don't know what it's going to be.
No.
But it's very, I love being like a little part of it now.
Yeah. Well, the whole industry is so international now.
Yeah.
So global. Hollywood is really a name, but it's worldwide.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. And you know, Joachim Trier, who was here, I interviewed him for the movie, on my other show that I do, and he's so great, and he loves you. He just, you know, you're his muse now. I mean, it started with Oslo, August 30, with like, I think you had one line, if maybe.
Yeah, let's go to the party. That was the last. Yeah.
But he knew from that to call you in for worst girl in the world.
Yeah.
And
worst person in the world.
worst.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Worst. Yeah. I think last time you said bad girl. I think that was a good title too.
I know.
Bad
I do
girl.
this all the time. It's the worst person in the world.
Yeah.
What's the Norwegian title? I would do better with that.
Världens värsta människa.
Ah, there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The worst person in the world, which you're so good in, and you won Best Actress at the Cannes Film Festival right off the bat, nominated for a BAFTA. Was that surprising to you?
Totally. I actually did a little twirl on the red carpets because I thought this will be my last red carpet.
Oh my God.
Because I didn't expect. I didn't really
thought they were going to ask you to leave.
Yeah. I've had some experience with that. And also like being in the theater, it's not like it doesn't have any luxury to it at all. So and it doesn't really go anywhere. You build kind of like your career, but very from the inside. And this was kind of like launching something new that's more, I don't know, more people would see it. But I wasn't used to it at all. I thought this will be the screening, and then everything that happens, I'm so grateful, and that will be it. So I did like a twirl, my last twirl, I thought, and then I went in and I saw the movie, and it's kind of, well, it's maybe the character that is most like me. So also seeing it was, I saw a really good movie with me just like doing nothing. Or it's really hard to see yourself. Of course, I think all actors think that.
Right.
But I didn't think it was anything like special. And then I remember the next day the reviews came in, and I just threw up because I didn't expect it at all. And it was just so big. The Guardian had like this big headline saying something like really nice about me. And it was
born.
Yes, that one. Yeah. It was just too, I didn't know how to process it.
Right.
And then that year was also crazy, and touring around with the movie all over the world. And no, it was really not expected. We really felt that it was a special shoot, and that everyone was so emotionally attached to some scenes and characters, and everyone had their connection to it, a very strong connection to it, and we felt that we had like built something special from within, but we didn't know it was going to reach out in that way that it did.
It's so I actually think it's universal. I think that character you play, so many people can identify with her.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, there's all that self-doubt, there's that thinking you're not done, nothing's gonna
yeah.
good.
And I
Yeah.
think that's kind of Joachim's way of working. First of all, he writes really good characters with Eskil,
He's
and
nominated for an Oscar for screenplay
yes,
on that, in
yeah,
addition to
yeah,
for
yeah. And his characters are so complex, and they're so like subtle,
yeah.
and to also like the how he builds his production and how he holds it all together and kind of gathers us in his vision. It's a very open space, so you can actually play around a lot with nuance and complexity as an actor too. So it just felt very free. It's very rare. No sets are like his sets.
It's so great.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then you were in Cannes again in Uncertain Regard, which I saw there, Armand.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
again was the entry that year for the Oscars.
Yeah.
And that was completely different.
Yeah.
And your character was so wild in that, I thought, you know, and what they were asking you to do, the scene, it's even in the trailer. They use it to sell the movie, but it's where you have to laugh uncontrollably in this very awkward situation at a school
Yeah.
where your kid has gotten it's a whole sexual assault kind of case, and the parents are here and they're arguing, and you just start laughing hysterically and then crying
Yeah.
and going back and forth, and it's just an extraordinarily risky piece of acting.
It is. And when you read in the script, because it was in the script that she laughs for a long time and then she breaks out crying. And of course, it's very right that it's there in the script, but I told Halfdan, the director, that we will see, because it's an impossible task, but it's a big gift to be given an impossible task by a director,
Yeah.
because it's a lot of trust in that. But I came on set, we hadn't rehearsed it, we hadn't really talked about it. It was too big to even like try to handle in a way. It just had to happen if it happened.
Yeah.
And then we actually, the sound guy, Helge, he told me a joke to like set me off. And then the absurdity and my being so nervous, and also that all of her kind of force, being so scared, was in that moment.
Yeah.
And it kind of pivoted the whole. It kind of just got to me, the whole situation, and the other actors were really fantastic. And then it kind of just happened. So it was,
It's like amazing, you know, and when I say risky, I mean risky. That could have gone south. And but
yeah.
it didn't. You just like riveted by watching you go through that.
Oh, I'm very happy to hear that.
And also the fact, I believe, is a first-time director,
Yeah.
albeit the grandson of
Ingmar Bergman.
Viv Ullmann
Yeah.
and Ingmar Bergman.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's pretty.
We did actually a short movie in Ingmar Bergman's house, like 10 years or like 8 years before this. And we had a really like profound experience just shooting 2 days. And we just saw something in each other. And that was kind of the first time that happened. Like I just really saw the depth of his creativity and the other way around.
Yeah.
And we knew that we wanted to work together. And then he started writing that role for me in a setting that came later. But that was at the time where Norway didn't give that much money, so it took him a long time to get the funding to do that movie. And in between that, I did Worst Person in the World and started working with Joachim. That was also like a very profound experience, finding that creative collaboration.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You and Joachim, and you're playing an actress in
Yeah.
Sentimental Value,
Mm.
which is another bit of a challenge, I imagine. But you just have been talking about how you're a creature of the theater, and you've done so much
Yeah.
theater. So the opening of this movie, we see you doing this opening night of this play and trying to do everything you can to get out of it.
Yeah.
And it's the opening.
Yeah, I read it in the script and I was so excited to do it because I got to do some comedy again. And I think it's such like a good image of her whole journey and what she has bottled up, because it's just everything she hasn't processed and everything she can't communicate. She knows that to be a good actor, you have to open up to a lot of things in yourself that you really don't like sometimes.
Yeah.
And she knows that to get there, she has to open up. And I don't think she's that aware of it, but when she gets to go on the stage, she just panics and actually physically runs away. And it was so fun to play that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt that? Like, I need not to be here. I don't want to go on. I'm going to find a way to get out, or?
No, I haven't actually. I really kind of enjoy that opening up and finding all these like strange things and looking at them. But I have seen people throwing up and running to try to throw up because they're too nervous. So.
I used to be in drama all through school, and I
Oh,
saw
really?
people throwing up in the audience just from my performance.
Why?
It's
It's
yeah,
the same. Like I'm thrown out of everywhere. Throw up when you.
people are like, get them off
Yeah.
stage. No. But it's such a beautiful performance in this movie. You know, although there is that antagonism between your father and her going throughout it, where it's just like you're on a tenterhooks here.
What's Tinderhooks?
It's on tension between the
yeah.
two of them,
Yeah.
where there's, you know, there's so much until they smoke a cigarette together.
Oh, yeah. We were so sad we didn't have more positive scenes. Like the
Like-
one scene that they meet is without words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was so great.
Yeah,
It was-
it was a great scene to do together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it just shows both of you. I mean, he's phenomenal anyway.
Fantastic.
What
What a legend. Yeah.
But Nora is the character you play here, and it brings up, like I was saying, so many things that are universal also in families.
Mm.
And actually, I think it'll be therapeutic for families
Yeah.
to see it.
Yeah.
you know.
I brought my family to Cannes to see it.
Oh,
And we haven't really talked about it, but there has been something has happened. It's like when you just see something, it's probably also maybe because I play in it, but it's seeing those situations portrayed and you can't put words into it. And but you can feel it. You can really sense how difficult it is, but in a very subtle way. It really gets to you in a different way.
yeah.
Yeah.
It really is, and there's so much with all the inner relationships and things, and in the entire cast is just wonderful.
Yeah.
Elle Fanning, who's in it.
Yeah.
So that part of it is mostly in English, but the rest is not.
Yeah.
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 And but you can do it all now. English, you know, all of it. So
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
that's
Finally learned some English.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now your next film is called The Back Rooms,
Yeah.
which is a horror sci-fi, as they're calling it and everything.
Yeah.
This fascinated me about this. We talked about Arman, which was a first-time director. This is really a first-time feature film director, and I think he was 19
Yeah.
and now you signed on with a first-time director who's 19 years old. That's pretty brave.
Yeah, it's I actually I have these like periods where I go into this rabbit hole and like go into some themes, and I was like looking at these videos about these liminal spaces and like how it affects the psyche, and like why do we or why there is like a big thing where young people, I think also like all ages, but go into these videos because the world we live in is so hard to understand and so absurd. So to somehow imagine that there is a world inside or like under our world,
Yeah.
that is a little contorted, or what's the word, like
Convoluted. Yeah.
and where you can kind of understand it from a different perspective, and it was just
This
so
is a
fascinating.
YouTube phenomenon.
Yes,
thing.
yeah,
It started that way.
yeah, and then
We're finding filmmakers now on YouTube all the time.
yeah,
I mean, you know, this is a way never existed.
my heart lies in the cinema and the movies, and he came from making things in YouTube. He started when he was 14, and then I had a meeting with him, and he was just so smart, and he had so many great ideas, and we were both really nerds about these things. So it was just really interesting. I always need like some of the existentialism in what I do.
Yeah.
But he really had some very interesting ideas about that world, and the script that is written is really like a story around that world. So it's
I can't wait to see this. It's A24.
Yeah,
You know, they
yeah.
know how to find them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we go, I have to ask you, there is a thing on the internet now. It's like a 4-minute piece.
Mhm.
I love these pieces. I've seen different actors doing them, different filmmakers. It's going into the Criterion closet,
Oh
which you
yeah.
did, you
Yeah.
know, and you get to select all these DVDs
Oh, I was so
of
nervous.
movies.
Yeah.
And I was really interested because I wrote down the movies and I said, you can always tell about somebody from the movies they select in that kind of situation where it's just overwhelming.
Yeah.
Tarkovsky, Mulholland Drive, David Lynch, Piano Teacher, Isabelle Huppert, which I just love that movie.
Yeah.
Bresson's Pickpocket, Certified Copy, and then they said time's up, and you're grabbing the Bergman trilogy, and you're grabbing, you know, When Law Boxes and things. You're a real connoisseur of international cinema and great, great filmmakers.
Yeah. Well, I got into like movies and cinema quite late, but I was just so fascinated, and I always like was drawn to like the darkness and the like someone trying to say something about our existence in a like a mystery spiritual way, and having that layer in there. So I think all of those movies is very much that.
Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's cool. When you're watching this, you're looking at different things, but my eye goes to there's one like facing the audience, as it were, the viewer, and it's a face in the crowd. Elia Kazan's Face in the Crowd at Criterion Special Edition, and I really wanted you to grab that too. It's one of the great movies ever made.
Okay, I
But you
haven't
didn't
seen
get
it.
that far up. Oh, it's so prescient.
I have to write it down.
Yeah, it is so true. It was 1957, Andy Griffith. It's unbelievable about this guy who becomes this major star and then just blows it all. But it was, yeah, he gets too full of himself. But
Easy to do.
it's an extraordinary movie, and I just noticed it there in the Criterion closet. So I'm doing a big plug for that movie right now.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Go see it. But I wanted you to go over and grab that.
Yeah.
If the Criterion closet's ever in the neighborhood here, we would love to be able to go into that too. Like,
Yeah.
fun stuff.
It is.
Thank you so much. The movie Sentimental Value, you can see it now from Neon. This is Renate Reinsve. Thank you for joining us on The Actor's Side.
Thank you.